What's up, everybody? It's Grant with Terrible Opinions. I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of this game, Vampyr. It's like a kind of like a role-playing game set in like 1917 London, kind of around World War One, and the Spanish Plague, and you're a guy that's been just recently turned into a vampire.
This is no place for you, sir.
I'm pretty bad at the combat, at least maybe it's just really hard. These guys are a little bit above my level though. Ugh. I knew that was going to happen too. I just couldn't get out of the way in time. My brother's telling me that I need to upgrade stamina, which I think I already have once. So, I don't know what else I can do. These guys, again, are above my level. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to turn my mic volume up. Just a scotch. See, devices, yeah.
Crush the leech, boys!
This guy's the biggest asshole. I should just focus on him. Ammo.
I'll kill you!
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's right. I'm a leech. Can these guys get me? Oh, fuck. Glitchy game. Maybe I can go over here and they'll leave me alone and I can go get them. Ooh. What's this? Hideout. Nice. This is where you level up. I might have enough to level something up. We'll do... There we go. Increase the stamina. And this game does a really interesting thing where all the NPCs can be fed on. You can eat them. And the more you talk to them and find out their secrets, the richer their blood becomes. So, like, for instance, like, there's been guys that I'm like, God, that guy's a dick. I'm going to find him. I'm going to kill him. I'm like, but he's still got some secrets that could make it even juicier and more worth my while. So if it does turn out that it's a mistake to kill him, at least I'll get a lot of EXP from him. Which is cool. Let's see if I can upgrade my sword at all. Need common handle parts. Alright, what about any of these other weapons? 65, 75, 72. Yeah, I need that common handle part. Seems to be the same in all of them. Increase damage dealt by 10%. I don't know, I think I'll stick to the sword. It seems like a good weapon. See if I can upgrade my gun. Whenever rich blood that can be used to create blood serums for vampires. Well, these are just analyze. Points instantly, then 150 health points or... Oh, nice. Seems like treatments would be more useful to have. Just one of each. And we'll make one of these and one of these. So, how do I equip these? So press down. I'm definitely going to do that by mistake. Hey, where'd that rat go? Oh, these guys are back. Oh well, more HP. We should do it. But let's get this guy first. You're the filthy fucking beast. Stagger this guy. I gotta take some blood. So, how much XP did I get from that? Not a whole lot. You need bullets. Nice. Where am I? And really search the rest of the map. Did I figure out my quest? Oh, okay, here we go. Alright, have I... Is that it? Did I finish that quest for that lady? Like I didn't. There's this lady that thinks she's a vampire. And she's paranoid that these guys are hunting her, which they might be. Oh, was this my... What is this place? Some shillings. Maybe that's all that's over here. I know there's a stealth ability, but I feel like that's one thing that's missing from this game is just the ability of stealth. This is my apartment. Some more medis. He's like a doctor. He is like renowned for having a really good blood transfusion technique or something.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
Where do we stand today?
Well, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
So there you go. Kind of neatly tells you like the lore and the rules of their vampires. So good chance that by reading this, we'll learn something about one of the other characters and enrichen their blood. I could probably even kill this guy here, but to do that, I need to be able to mesmerize him, and I bet he's a really high level. And it would probably be really stupid to do that. See? So I kind of skimmed that, but what that told me, Kesha's unafraid of death. This guy's outside, and he works in the morgue. Kesha's been appointed as a medic by mistake during the war. There's only a few people that I'm planning on killing. but even them, I'm not sure about. There's only one like kind of truly despicable person, but he's also a merchant. Oh, and there's this guy that was in the hotel that we just met. I think I'll kill him. Let's see. Let's talk to the hospital benefactor. I want to talk to this one lady downstairs first, though. The one that thinks she's a vampire. 'Cause if I'm not mistaken, I just did her mission. So I can find her this way. Here she is. Alright, lad.
Good evening, Miss Howard. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
See, I know everything about her. She's kind of in love with this guy.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Guys, there's a hospital. Gosh, held up nowadays.
This lady's also
Good
kind of
evening,
shitty.
Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Just gonna see if I have any new.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
The life running in
There was some guy I just learned something about. Oh, the the guy that runs the morgue. I should go talk to him real quick. This guy's a douche. Hey.
I'm sorry you ended up.
I cannot enter.
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Hawks the bodies.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Milton Hooks is a pretty shitty guy.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
The benefactors out there. Oh, get out there.
flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Good reason.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
We both are afflicted with a thirst for blood, Lady Ashbury. That is our nature. By vocation, we also have reason to visit the hospital. Logic dictates.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
I met him in New York once.
If only there were more.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what...
206. Ooh. I don't even have enough for that. How have I not picked up? Well, opium. This is the lady I need to talk to in this back room.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See
yeah,
you
we
on the
know
next
it's
round.
Milton. I definitely want to eat this lady if I get a chance.
Miss Jones.
Again?
I have questions.
I need to ask...
Well...
If you could just tell me why you were admitted.
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing up blood, and I get awfully tired. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't lost my house and all.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know. Not even my own flesh and blood.
Wonder why.
Have you noticed any suspicious comings or goings?
It would be a great deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in...
Come now, Miss Jones. Surely it's not that bad.
Have you no eyes? This hospital accepts all manner of souls, regardless of origin. The proper sick cannot heal. We're kept sickened by the refugees.
Everyone here is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know. Poof, without a trace.
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Help me! Help me!
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Where's Crane? She's up front.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Give me 1 sec. Just making some chili.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
All of a sudden, I'm getting these long load times every time I talk to a person. What the hell's going on?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
I was hoping to get a little more content here before I quit. Or a little more combat, I mean. Which I would assume there's going to be some down here.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
That's where I just came, right? Yes. Come and barb cut. I don't get is why it seems like I'm trying to equip a secondary weapon that I can switch to, and it's like why doesn't it take out? I guess I get it, but okay, this weapon seems like the one to go with. Delicious.
See the sky, feel the fresh air.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Boss battle.
What sort of creature is this?
Oh shit.
what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to?
I really must find her.
Okay. I've got quite a bit of EXP here. Oh, I wonder where that leads. Oh, that's where I went in earlier. Okay. That's where I killed that fool at the beginning. See if there's anything new to gain. Yeah, get back up there. I want to see about upgrading. Upgrade. Use barb cover. Increase damage up by 10%. There's 3 stun points when the weapon hits. Yeah, I think that would be more useful. And then can you do common? That's either or. Okay. Just has to change up our wardrobe. Okay. Now I got a bowler hat. Alright, let's see. I'm only level 8. Do more damage with that. What kind of stuff do I get from here? Oh, that's cool. Concentrate your blood in your feet, increase the impact upon landing, and deal damage around you. Okay. Not level 10 yet. I'll try that before we dump any more into it. Not enough. Okay. Let's get some else. That's 1,000? Okay. $1,300. Oh, okay, so everything is costing more. I don't quite need that either. $600. So do I have to equip that ability? L2, R2. And you have an ultimate. I should kill both of these guys. I just feel like it's been long enough. I should... Wait. How do I increase my mesmerize? want to check this real quick. Fuck. I'm gonna do that. How do you increase mesmerize? Wait. Huh. That's not a skill. That's my brother. Excuse me.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with fever.
And what of my own life?
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
to stop it!
This one's mine! Take its head!
Stop it!
I was muted that whole time. Lots of goodies up in here. fillings. Where am I going? I think that's where I'm supposed to go, just up here? No. I hope we get to make a sequel of this game, because it kind of seems like there's so many great ideas here, it's just a little clunky. Just a little clunky. Could be a little better. Nom noms. Why does that move keep missing all of a sudden?
Every night. Aye. But the guards recruit more and more every year.
Suddenly my guy's missing all the time. The combat's pretty simplistic, but it's satisfying because of how the mechanics work, so. Make sure I wasn't muted again. Have I been here before? Let's knock her down now. This guy's level 15. have I been up here for? Oh, this guy's the boss. To reload. So that's that way. I'm just really digging the level design in this game. It's just fun.
It's locked, all right.
I just feel like there's like a lot of little hidden areas that are just kind of neat to find, and always lock some shillings. Guess we need a key to get in there or something.
It's locked.
This door. Is this a thing? Nice.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
So there's just a baby crying in the background of this game, and I keep thinking it's my son crying, but my son isn't here right now. He's at his grandma's, but it's... How dare they? That's how I feel. You don't even know the anxiety that causes me. This is as fast as I can move, by the way. I'm not doing this on purpose.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Boy.
The wet boots will be
Saw
proud
blood.
of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Hang on one sec.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Trying to look up how you increase mesmerize. I'll do the next dialogue option here.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Okay. As you proceed through the campaign, Reed will gain more control of his powers.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Okay, so I have no way of...
I will see you later. What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just frayed me last nerve.
Okay.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a...
Can I kill this kid?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right?
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
It's like... I want to do it.
Young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
I'll not die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse than a week old lad.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Wait, is this the guy from before?
A gun, alcohol.
How did I miss? Oh, he must have moved.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
When science fails you, this elixir will
I'm gonna take a break here. Playing a while. Maybe we'll do this little area and then we'll quit. Oh, it's a hideout. I don't know if this is enough worth sleeping. I don't think I can do it. All it's going to do is advance time. Oh shit. Ow, ow, ow. Those are some tough boys. Okay, so it came in there. Okay. Okay, that's that area up there. Guys, I really like this game a lot. But I think I will take a break. I'm gonna play some Destiny or something. I don't know. So I'll catch you guys a flip and flip. I don't know if I'm gonna stream any more of this game. It's just cool to check in on every game and just get some impressions on it. So I'll catch you guys later. Tune in for other games.